Hello, I'm Ale and welcome to Solo Cose Buone. Maybe you're not an expert in the tea subject. Today I'll show you what are the 6 types of Chinese tea. The tea in the West. Western people usually have one kind of tea. For the breakfast you can choose from tea or coffee. And I'm speaking about breakfast because it's very difficult to see someone who holds a cup of tea during the day. Maybe this is because we are Latin people. Maybe for the Arab domination. Do you know Arabica coffee? Etymology is always important. And for the health advertising, in the last decades, we discovered the green tea. If you're into the tea subject, maybe you know about the matcha tea, but there is so much more. I'm studying it for a long time. Read a lot of books, watched many videos and online researches. And there is so much more than the breakfast tea. For the English, the Earl Grey. The truth is, there are 6 types of Chinese tea. Green tea. It is the less treated, harvested and cooked, usually in the wok. But there are also some kind of oven. It also can be steam cooked. This helps to bind the chlorophyll in the leaves. It also the raw material for produce other type of teas. For example, for the pu'er, white tea, made with the only closed buds, or at least the first one leaf. So it is rich in caffeine and natural antioxidants. After the harvest, they are sun-dried, so they can be a minimum oxidized. The leaves are covered with white trichomes. Yellow tea, similar to the green tea, but it is steamed before dried and covered with a wet cloth in containers. It is a little oxidized, more aromatic and less astringent than the green traditional tea. Red tea, what we usually called black tea for the Chinese, is the red tea. Fully oxidized leaves, sweet taste, less valuable and rich than the others. Oolong tea. There are different ways to produce it, so I invite you to try them. Taste from flowers to citrusy to milk. Well, all flavors. The leaves are oxidized from the 8 to 85%. The leaves are tight on themselves in little balls that during the infusion opens up, multiplying their volume. Pu'er tea, maybe the most particular kind. The taste is unique. In this category you have all the fermented teas. The process starts drying the leaves, and they are usually quite oxidized, keeping them in a constant temperature and humidity. Like for some wines, you can age this product. Good like this, but the taste improves with years. The packaging is the pu'er cake, cakes or bricks if you like, a disc of pressed leaves. Pu'er is divided into 2 species, Sheng Pu'Erh or raw. Of course it is a raw pu'er with almost nothing oxidized leaves. Fresh taste and infusion is clear. It is quite similar to the green teas, and it must be aged for some years to give its best. Shu or ripe pu'er, it is cooked. It's born because the Sheng quality needs a lot of years before to be consumed. They invented this product method. It is also stored in constant temperature and humidity, and with this fast process it is cheaper than the Sheng, but it tastes very different. It's very strong and intense. Often soil, straw, hay, mushrooms, woods, dried fruits, leaves and in some cases honey. The liquor is very dark. Bonus, there are not only 6 types. Okay, I told you that there are 6 types of Chinese tea, but it's not the real truth. Well, the mains are those, but we can also mention black tea or hei cha. It's a post-fermented tea Like pu'erh, it must be stored in a constant temperature and humidity and aged for years. Very dark leaves, but the liquor is very clear. Light and balanced taste. Jasmine tea. As you can imagine, it is a mix of tea and that fantastic flower that is jasmine, with a fantastic flower taste. But the jasmine flowers are really expensive, so be very careful because sometimes they use fake aromas. So the real jasmine tea, it is usually very expensive. Final considerations. The tea world is amazing, rich and interesting. Every type has its unique aroma and its production method with its particularity. Everyone contains caffeine, so avoid to drink them in the evening, but I know people that drink coffee after dinner. They are different in uses, tastes, different infusion timing, so I invite you to follow me in these tastes to understand better this subject. Thank you for following me also for today, and see you in the next exciting video. Ciao!